Hi, this is Vikas from LearnSharely.com. This session is about how to create a data-driven script in the Jmeter. In this session, I'm going to tell you about the parameterization of the Jmeter script and the reading, request, and response in case of the parameterized script. So, let's open the Jmeter UI first. I have already opened it. Yes. No. Actually, I have already opened two sessions of it, so I'm closing one. So this is a Jmeter UI, right? I have already created one script of the login for the demo application, the orange demo application. So I'm going to parameterize that script first. So open recent demo. Sorry. Demo.jmx. Right, this is a script demo.jmx. So for the parameterization, there is two values we have to parameter. Like I want to log in with n number of, let's say 10 number of the different user. So I have to parameterize the username and the password, right? Username and the password, right? So in the Jmeter, it is very easy to parameterize this thing. You don't have to write so much stuff and coding for that. There is a one config element. You have to right click and go to the config element CSV dataset config, right? You have to add after the thread group, right? So this is a config element, and for the parameterization you have to identify the value which you want to parameterize, right? So in dataset config you have to create the CSV file for the parameterization. So first I'm going to parameterize the value. So I'm going to name it user. In the Jmeter, for the parameterization you have to use the dollar, the curly braces, and the name of the variable, let's say user. Close the curly braces, and then for the password you have to do the same thing. The dollar, the curly braces, and the password, and the close the curly braces, right? So I have replaced the user ID and password value with the variable name. So I have to create one CSV file in the any drive. Let's say I'm going to save that in the D drive. Let's say I have test data.csv. You can create, let's say I have copied, rename it test data.1. Right, open the file. So I am going to use it as a, there was a two variable name, so the user and the password. So I have to replace that username, basically add the two column, user and the password. Verify both should be same. Yes, both are same. Now I have to replace the value admin 123, admin 12, a small. Let me copy it from here. Admin 123. right? I want to take three values, so one. So I have one valid user ID and the password, and the rest two are the invalid, right? So I want to check with the three values. So I have to provide the file name as well in the CSV config, right? So here is the CSV set config. I have to provide the file name here, right? To find the file name, you have to just provide D and test data1.csv. I'm using the run command to checking the file location, right? So I have to provide the file name data test data1.csv, right? Put everything is default, right? See, these values are for the advanced thing, like let's say I want to ignore the false variable. Variable name is not empty, you can true or false, right? Because some people using without variable name, they are reading from the column name, column 1, column 2, column 3. So we have specified the column name, so we are not adding as a true. Okay, and in the allow coded data false and true, you can set the recycle on the end of the file, and the let's say I want to use the let's say I have defined that test plan for the more than 10 users, so and I have provided only 3 data set in the CSV file, so I can use that recycle as a true. So, and there is a sharing mode and the allow coded data false. Coded data means if you want to use the codes in the data, right? So let's play with the script and see what I have defined one thread, so it's run for the 3, but I'm defining the 3, so I can find the result of the 3 all 3 data set. You can see there was 3 requests and only one request is working. Let's say this is login 1. You can see it was not passed because we have provided the invalid username and the password admin123p4, but our username password was admin123. So in the second request you can see that was success because we had provided a right admin and password, right user and the password. In the third request you can see we had provided the wrong admin2 username and wrong password, so only one request get pass. So you can parameterize anything. Let's say I want to pass the let's say I want to pass the username and the password in the user and the password. So So Jmeter provide a lot of flexibility in the terms of the parameterization. You can use add it in the test plan, the user defined variable in the CSV file. So there's a lot of flexibility in a Jmeter. I have added the user and the password in the name to test what we have provided in the user. Let's say in the login request we have provided admin1 and admin123. That was the correct user ID and password. In the two requests I had provided admin and admin124 and admin2 and admin125. The both two requests have wrong user ID and the password, and this was the correct. So only user this correct user get logged into the system. Jmeter is showing the response is green because by default if not added assertion it will show the green result because it is returning the 200 response, right? And for the Jmeter 200 is actually the green, means result is passed. So you have to add the assertion for that, right? And I have added the detailed steps for this blog post. You can check this out, right? Thank you guys.